Hey, fellow Schneider drivers, Friendly Bill coming at you. It's Friday morning. I'm driving night, so I'm getting ready to go to bed. I did get a shower, though. Shower and shave a little bit, trying to get presentable. Got my favorite color on, green sunglasses, green shirts, my favorite color. Picked these up at a Pilot the other day, and this is my Smokey the Bear shirt, green. I love it. That being said, today's topic, I'm going to keep this video short, but I'm going to touch on something that affects us all, and that is the question, does racism exist in trucking? Does racism exist in trucking? And the simple, honest answer to that is yes. Racism does exist in trucking. Racism exists in everything, everywhere. In all fields of work, racism. There's somebody that's racist, I can guarantee it. Now, I've witnessed it firsthand. Sometimes I see someone with brown skin maybe gets treated kind of crappy at the shipper or the receiver. I've heard racist rants on the CB. I've witnessed racism. So yes, it does exist. Now, Schneider has developed a system that does not provide an avenue for favoritism. For instance, the drivers aren't dispatched by their DBLs. The drivers are dispatched by someone in the head office in Green Bay. So it's impossible to have a personal relationship with who is dispatching you. So they don't know. They're not looking at what you look like or anything like that. They're looking at your truck, where it's located. They may look at your work history and see, if you're a good driver, can they trust you to do a load or not? But they do not. I would say that Schneider, I haven't seen any racism at Schneider. I think that they treat all the drivers the same. If you're a good driver, they'll treat you good. If you're a driver that is always late, is complaining about everything all the time, if you're a difficult person, then I think Schneider, they're not gonna. If you treat them bad, they might not treat you so good. But I would say that Schneider, I've never seen racism at Schneider. Now, I consider myself a white man. I'm mostly white. However, my great-great-grandmother, who was Irish-German, married a full-blooded Sioux Indian man. And they had kids, and that's how my family continued. So if my great-great-grandmother in the 1880s hadn't married a full-blooded Indian man, I wouldn't be alive, my dad wouldn't be alive, my kids wouldn't be alive. So, and I think about that, and I think, man, in the 1880s, how difficult was it for them, for a white woman to marry a full-blooded Indian man? I just imagine the racism that they put up with and the hardships that they suffered. So I do identify as a white man, but I that's always in the back of my mind. So, I don't know if that makes me a typical white person or not. But that being said, I love the diversity in trucking. I love it. I see blacks and whites and Asians and Middle Easterns and sheiks and Asians, and I might have said that already. But personally, I like the diversity in trucking. But that's me. But I have heard some racist rants. All you have to do is turn the CB on at a truck stop, and there'll be some redneck cursing up and down about all kinds of stuff. And I turn the CB off. That's why it has an off switch. It's for that. It's just for turning off the BS. It's got an off switch right there. I just turn it off. But trucking, is just like any other industry. There's racism in every industry. I don't think there's a single corner of the globe that doesn't have racism in some fashion. So yeah, racism does exist in trucking. It exists everywhere. Does it exist at Schneider? I don't think so. I've never seen it at Schneider. Everybody gets treated the same. If you deliver your loads on time, if you do what you're supposed to do, everybody gets treated the same. Also, sexism or gender discrimination. It's the same thing. I mean, I actually, my opinion is that the female drivers, in my opinion, at shippers and receivers, actually get treated a little bit better. I've seen that. The job is harder for women, I think, for a number of reasons. I've said it before. I respect women drivers. I don't think there's any gender inequality at Schneider. It's all paid by the mile. You do the loads, you get paid. Everybody gets paid the same. You do the work, you get paid. But to answer the question, yes, I think racism exists in trucking as a whole, as an industry, but not so much at Schneider. I haven't seen it. I know this is going to be a sensitive topic. I'm not trying to offend anyone. If I have, leave a comment. Just putting a thumbs down, you can do that too if you want, but I mean, if you leave a comment, then it actually opens up a dialogue and ideas can be exchanged. But anyway, Friendly Bill, I'm getting ready to go to bed. So Schneider drivers, catch you on the flip side.